to kick off the show asking this question. Would you date someone with different political values? Well, a writer for Slate says that he put "no Republicans, please" on his... That was what he put on his dating profile, but he was so shocked to see how many gay men were really upset by that. So, Kyron, someone who holds a totally different or perhaps opposite political viewpoint than you, could you date them?
Honestly, no. But here's the thing, if it's a hookup, then who cares? Because honestly, sometimes... No, seriously, sometimes you don't even get the person's name. So who cares about political values? But I will say, if it's like dating and it's gonna be something serious, then absolutely not. And the reason I say that is because I think as like queer people, especially as like people of color too, so much of our existence is political and it's policed. And so I can't really separate myself from that. And so for me, if it's gonna be serious, then those fundamental things, somebody needs to align with me on that.
Interesting.
Yeah, no,
okay, interesting.
I'm with you. I mean, I remember a moment in my life where I fell in love. I was a teenager with this really hot guy, like picture Aragorn. Remember Viggo Mortensen?
Yes.
The Lord of the Rings. Remember that? Like sort of like long hair. He was rugged, and my heart was just like a flutter. I was a teenager. Then I went away to university, and he came to visit me, and I thought, okay, well, maybe there's some stuff. And he started talking, and they're just like, there were some really traditional roles, values coming out of his mouth. Some of them were slightly homophobic and just like regressive in my opinion. And it was a total turnoff. So I couldn't sleep with somebody, let alone marry somebody, let alone date somebody, whatever, who had different values. You know, listen, relationships are hard enough as is without competing values. To me, that would just be a deal breaker.
No, you're right. I'll say this much. I love talking to people who have different political views, and I do because I think it's important to hear what the other side has to say, and I don't think that's happening quite enough, especially nowadays. That being said, I just can't imagine meeting someone who's smoking hot, we got great chemistry, we're looking at each other, and then, you know, we get intimate, and then just before the magic happens, he yells out, "Make America great again!" Like, that would be a massive turn up. And it's actually the reason why, I'm really not a fan of one-night stands. And I know a lot of people, we're now in this very progressive time where people can do whatever they want. But I'm like, yes, but you might change your mind if you heard that person's views on women's reproductive rights and racism and police reform. It might change your mind and you might find yourself putting those panties back on. I say you can't separate the two.
Good point. It's a good point.
Yeah.
I think it does matter to me if it's a big C or little c conservative. I'm very openly liberal. Listen, I am the daughter of immigrants who came here under Pierre Elliott Trudeau. So it is a die-hard liberal household because they do credit him for being the ones to open the doors to Canada for their new life, and they've done very, very well here. And I know that's not everybody's experience, but I will say that's what I was raised with. My husband and I are celebrating 16 years married this year, and thank you. You might not applaud, but he is a little C conservative. I know, and I had to call to ask him to make sure I could say that on national television. And when I say little C, it's not like he aligns himself with the Conservative Party. He is a business owner, and so he votes provincially on the Conservative side often.
Okay, can I ask you a question?
Why? Yes.
So we know everyone in Canada knows how hot you find Ryan. And so picture this, you were out on the dating scene, you're on the dating apps, and his picture, and you're like, hot, hot, hot comes up. And it says like, I don't know, make America great again. The equivalent of that in Canada, or I love conservative politics. I don't know. Would that have been a deal breaker for you?
I think out of the gate, because that to me makes you a big C conservative.
Okay.
A little C conservative means, like, my husband and I have the same values. And I think if push comes to shove, if all of a sudden a government decided to start to challenge his daughter, our daughter's reproductive rights, abortion rights, access to contraception, you would see him flipping the ballot real fast. So when it comes to values that matter as humans and as parents together, that matters to me. On a business side, and you hear this argument a lot, he's a business owner. And so for him, that aligns. Federally, he actually votes liberal. So he's a little C conservative, and we're okay going on 16 years, guys. I just want to report we're doing great. We're doing great.
And also, I'll just point out that your votes just cancel each other out every time. So anyway.
Hey there, what did you think? Drop your comments below and join the conversation. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you can find more on everything from food and fashion to pop culture and current events. See you soon.